I am Professor Ravinder Kaur, Department of Public Administration, Osmania University. The next important aspect, friends, that we would like to discuss is on the essentials of communication. Now, if communication has to be effective, what are the requirements? What are the essential aspects that have to be taken care of? First thing is clarity. Communications must be clearly and precisely stated. So clarity is very important. Clarity depends not only on simplicity of language but also on the expression of reason for the decision. If the communication is clear, it becomes easier for the receiver to understand the communication. The second important aspect is consistency. Communication should be consistent with the expectations of the recipient. Thirdly, it should be adequate. When we say adequacy, it should neither be too less or too much. It should be able to stimulate the desired response of the receiver. So, we can say that the sender should send communication which is adequate enough to evoke response from the receiver. The receiver should not be overburdened. Timeliness is another important aspect. Communication should be sent on time. It should neither be sent too early or too late. Many times, friends, you know that if communication is sent too early, we may forget. We may not take up the task. If it is sent too late, we are unable to complete the task. So, timeliness is very important for sending of the communication. The next important essential requirement is uniformity. Communication should be uniform for all those who are expected to behave in the same way. No discrimination in the amount or nature of communication should be there, because if there is discrimination, it causes a lot of heartburning or it may cause jealousy amongst the people in the organizations. In our day-to-day lives also, we see that if we are not communicating properly with individuals, if there is no uniformity in the communication system, then it will lead to heartburning. Sometimes people stop talking to each other because they feel that one person was given one type of information, the other person has been given a little lesser information. Flexibility. When we say uniformity may bring in rigidity. So, communication to be effective, it is necessary that it should be flexible, because in public administration we know that it involves human beings on both the sides of communication, the sender and the receiver. The local conditions may require variations in administration. So that is why some amount of flexibility is important in communication. Acceptability is another important essential aspect of communication. Good communication is one which is readily relied upon and accepted. Use of informal organization is also another important essential requirement of communication. Sometimes what happens, we have information flowing from the top to the bottom, from the superior to the subordinate. sometimes this channel is inadequate. And to fill the gaps, we require an informal organization, because as students of administration, we know that informal organizations exist within the formal organizations. So that way, informal contacts, informal relationships are very important. Peter Drucker has rightly mentioned about the importance of communication. He states bluntly that poor communications are the direct result of our ignorance. He is very blunt, which shows that, see, communication is important. So now we move on to the importance of communication. Over the years, authors like Chester Bernard viewed communication as a means by which people are linked together within the organization. Now they are linked together within the organization to achieve a purpose, and it can be judged from the following points. The importance of communication can be judged from the following points. First of all, communication is necessary to achieve the goals of the organization. So if there is a proper communication system established within the organization, it becomes easier to achieve the goals of the organization. It may also help in the effective functioning of the organization. In the introductory part also, I've mentioned that the successful functioning of the organization totally depends upon the effective communication system. Communication helps the administration in arriving at vital decisions. Communication helps in planning and coordination. We can say that communication is an important tool for supervision also. At the same time, communication is also considered as a basic tool for motivation, and it helps in increasing the morale of the employees. To sum up the importance of communication, we can say that communication helps in achieving the goals of the organization. It helps in achieving good relationship between the superior and the subordinates, and at the same time it also helps in strengthening the contacts between the different levels of individuals within the organization by way of informal relationship.